Welcome to the Outdoor Vigilantes. This week, it's me and my dad, and we're out in the deer woods. A good buddy of mine got a hold of me last year, Mike Hudson, and he wanted us to test some product for him, this legacy wildlife product. Well, I told Mike, I said, yeah, we'll help you out. We took some of this product out and put it out where we were going to put the food plot in and started getting some pictures of some pretty good bucks. Now, it wasn't long till these pictures, and usually all we get is nighttime pictures of these big bucks because they're primarily nocturnal. But it wasn't long and these deer were coming out at 10 o'clock in the morning, noon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's 90-some degrees outside. These deer had to have this legacy wildlife product. Not only was I getting pictures of these deer, but it was also kind of taking the deer off the food plot that I'd put in and giving it a chance to grow. And that's something that's, you know, I'd recommend this because you don't want the deer just eating your food plot down before it really gets a good start. Now, all this hard work we'd put in, Dad helped me get this food plot in, all this hard work we'd put in on these food plots was paying off. If you look, these food plots are looking lush, and I'd been seeing deer out in these food plots at any time of the day. Well, I got down there next to the food plot in a blind we got from Alps Outdoors and got all nestled in, and it wasn't long. This tight, narrow, kind of tall 8-pointer comes out that I've been seeing over and over and over again. I had all kinds of pictures of him. Well, here we are, it's October 15th. My wife had been coming down trying to film me a few different times, but this evening I'm going in by myself. We had a front pushing in, and I just knew that the deer were going to be moving tonight. Now, he's out there munching away on this food plot, just tearing it up, and I hear something in the woods back behind him. And I'm hoping it's that big white 8-pointer. He's kind of the one I went down there to shoot that night. Sure enough, that 8-pointer steps out there, and I thought, here we go. So I get the old rangefinder out and I start ranging. Got the bow and arrow all up, ready to go. It's gonna happen. Now, I got the camera all zoomed in on him, got the bow up, and I'm just getting ready to put my release on the bowstring and getting ready to pull back, and I heard something. Now, there was only one other buck that I'd been seeing running with these other bucks, but I'd never seen this deer in daylight. Never once seen him in daylight. But I thought, could it be?
Son, I didn't even know you were growing them around your place.
Now, when this old boy steps out there, you can tell that he is boss hog. He comes out there stiff-legged, bristled up, ears laid back. He's about ready to show everybody who's boss. Now, if it wasn't bad enough, I had two pretty decent bucks out in front of me, and this guy steps out there, and I was not expecting to see him whatsoever. The old heart started jumping a little bit in the chest. Well, he comes out, makes his presence, lets everybody know who's boss, and just starts eating in the food plot just like the other two. So I thought, all right, this is going to happen. I zoom in on him, take my time, draw back, took a deep breath,
Outdoor Vigilantes, brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Alps Outdoors, Oak Grove Archery, Final Step Cover Scents, like you were never there, Big Piney Taxidermy, bringing your trophy back to life, Bricks Seamless Guttering, Miller Glass of Rolla,
Shootability, accuracy, over 340 feet per second, the Impulse, from Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bow. Trusted by the world's top professional archers. Shootability without sacrifice. Speed without compromise. The Impulse. Shootability accelerated by Elite Archery.
Why listen to this when you can listen to this? Leave your cares behind and relax on the Upper Merrimack float at Blue Springs Ranch. Whether you choose a raft, tube trip, kayak, or canoe adventure, you will find that escape from you were looking for. Experience the great outdoors at Blue Springs Ranch with floating, horseback riding, and even a 3,000-foot zip line. Choose basic camping to full housekeeping cabins. Call Blue Springs Ranch or reserve online at vacationbsr.com.
Alps Outdoors, a brand you can trust to bring you packs designed with a dedicated hunter in mind. When quality, durability, and a comfortable fit are as important as landing your next trophy. Whether you're hunting elk out west or turkeys in the Midwest, Alps Outdoors has a pack to make your quest more successful. Versatile, modular, practical outdoors packs get you where you need to go everywhere, every time. Alps Outdoors.
Now, Terry, don't you get to buck acres, son, because this right here is going to be the money shot.
Well, I got zoomed in on this deer and put it right on him. Drew my bow back, took a deep breath, made sure I was right on his shoulder, right where I wanted to be. I'd ranged him at 42 yards. This is a shot I can make anytime, any day. So I thought, and I let it fly.
Son. Son. Tell me that was the bow. Tell me that wasn't no tee. What? Oh, I heard you breathing, son. What in the world was you shooting at?
Now I went from the highest of highs, having these bucks out there in front of me, to the lowest of lows, just like that. That arrow sailed right over the top of his back. I couldn't believe I'd just done that. And I was sick.
It's all right, Terry. It happens to the best of us, buddy. I don't know what to tell you. If a buck come in, I don't even think I would have got a shot at that 10-pointer because I'd have done slung every arrow in my quiver at that big wide 8-pointer because that was a dandy buck.
Now, most people with video like this would have took it out and burned it all up and just said it never happened. But no, not me. I'm a glutton for punishment. Old Cody's been kicking me every day since this happened. Guess what, son? Your time's coming one of these days, because we all miss.
Well, Terry, I hate that for you, buddy. I really do. It wouldn't be me if I didn't give you a little static about it, though. But I remember times like that, and that's one you won't live down for a while. But maybe you'll get some redemption on that big fella, because all he's going to do is keep right on growing.
Well, here we are. It's Missouri rifle season. I'm out with my dad. We're going to see if we can't get him a big buck on the ground. Well, we barely got our stuff out of the truck and we're already seeing deer. Nice little buck. Way down this power line here. I'm in here hunting with my dad today, filming him. This is a spot that we've never been in, never hunted. He got permission to come in here and hunt. So we're just going to sit here and watch this power line. We don't know anything about the place. We did see some big rubs in these trees right here. And we're just going to sit here and watch, see what happens. There's a deer coming up on the other side, on the left side, on the right side, down there. Down there in the power line. Down there in the power line. I see. So we hear some more grunting. We got to looking around and we spotted some deer over by this big barn. Oh, there he is. Dad, that's a good one. That is it. That's a shooter. Edge of the barn. He is walking right next to the barn right now. I mean, that's a big one. There's a guy going around there. I don't know. That's a big buck right there. That's a kill. You have to kill him. Where's he at now?
Now, you know, Terry thought about going down and sitting by that big old barn, and they decided not to. And now look what shows up right exactly where they were wanting to be.
That doe's right down below him.
Oh, God, he's wide.
I know he is.
That's a 10-pointer at least.
That's a big sucker. I don't know how we can get on him and kill him though. Now we'd went over by this big barn before we sat on the power line. We just kind of scoped things out, and we'd actually thought about sitting on the backside of this barn to hunt that evening, but we figured we could see better from the power line. So we elected to go over to the power line. Now I'm wishing we'd have sat by the barn, because these deer came right through where we had just walked not 2 hours before.
That's a 10-pointer at least.
That's a big sucker. I don't know how we can get on him and kill him though. So we come up with a plan. We decided to walk down this road and see if we can't get around on this deer and maybe get a shot at him.
Go get him, boys. I know you can do it.
Now just about the time to where we're about in the spot that we want to be to get a shot on this deer, he lets out a big grunt and he takes off running after this doe, and they're coming right towards us.
Right there.
Now Dad, he just drops down to a knee, and I just unfold the tripod and set it up right there in this road. The deer running right towards us, and this doe runs into an opening under a big tree, and she kind of stops and starts feeding around there.
Gosh, you ought to kill him. I can see him right there. Got him in the camera. She's coming our way. Don't move. She's right behind that cedar tree coming our way. He's looking right at us right now. He ain't looking at us, he's looking at her. No, he's looking at us.
What a buck. I tell you what, it's a good thing that old doe was hot. He knows you're there, and he doesn't even care. You boys are going to pull this off.
All right, he's got his head down, kind of feeding. He's got his head down, feeding right now. All right, stop. He just raised his head up.
Outdoor Vigilantes, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bows. Bean Creek Outdoor Products. Blue Springs Ranch. Legacy Wildlife Products, what will your legacy be? Yokelman Sons, dump trucking and excavating. Nick's Gun and Pond.
Browning has been the best there is in guns and accessories since 1878, and Browning Camping is no exception. When in pursuit of the next trophy, when failure is not an option, when your endurance will be tested, when your performance level can only be the best there is, you must have camping gear that will ensure that you're protected, rested, and ready for tomorrow's hunt. So get outfitted for your next adventure with the gear that is more reliable than anything else on the market. Best there is, period.
I started this mineral lick about a year and a half ago with just OV mineral, and just starting this out in the middle of a pasture where I know big bucks frequent. The does cross here. It's a natural crossing. They come out here, they're not scared. It's kind of a safe area for them. They've got CRP all around them, and as you can see with this mineral site, how much this has helped the deer, but not only helped me locate where the deer are coming from, where they're going to, and that's only going to equal success in the future.
Absolutely. Now this is an amazing mineral site. It's dug out 3 foot by 6 foot deep, and I'm looking at this thinking, how do I get one like that? So if any of you guys want to know how to do this, how did you start this hole?
Well, I got with our host Cody Lucas. He created this mineral with not just killing in mind, but actually the health of the herd. He wanted something that was going to help all aspects of hunting. So he gave me this. He said, try this out. This is my own mixture. It's in the testing phase. So, you know what? I'll give it a try. And here we are a year later. This is going to be our 3rd or 4th application in this hole. And a year and a half later, we have this big of a hole. We have numerous pictures of big bucks, does, fawns. Every deer in the area is coming to this lake.
And this is an exciting time of the year because this is when we really get to see these bucks. They love coming to these licks, especially early. Before September, they'll just come in there and nail it, especially with their antlers growing. And you'll see them in velvet. You'll get all these velvet picks of these awesome bucks. And it's important to have this out all year round as well.
Well, this old buck, he'd spotted us standing there in the road, but he wasn't going to take off and leave that doe there.
on the other side of that big tree somewhere. Can you see that opening underneath that big tree?
Yeah, I see it.
Huh?
I see the opening.
He's gonna walk right through it.
If you don't see history.
All I can say is thank goodness that doe was there, because this buck was not going to go anywhere. We were at a standoff for quite a while. Now this deer finally gets an opening, and folks, what a buck this is.
All right, here he comes.
This is a deer most of us just dream about seeing out in the woods. Well, finally this doe starts moving off down the hill, and the buck decides, I'm going to have to start following her or she's going to be gone. So he starts walking our way and works his way into an opening, and Dad decides he's going to take a shot at this deer.
Okay. If you can shoot him right there, shoot him.
Son.
He comes out there and he stops broadside. Dad's down, got a steady aim on this deer, and he pulls the trigger and the deer runs off. I just knew he hit this deer. So we kind of edged down the driveway and we're looking to see if we can see where he ran, because it's all brushy there and you can't really see anything. And I thought, man, that deer should have dropped right there. I just know he should have hit that deer. Well, when I heard the deer take off running, I heard him grunting like he was still chasing that doe. Well, I decided to rewind the video and look at it real quick. And what I saw, it made us both sick. I had to tell Dad that he'd killed the tree limb.
Oh, Terry, make sure and cut about 3 inches off his shirt tail missing a buck that size. Lynn, what in the world? Son, we're going to have to get you some trifocals or bifocals or whatever they call those things. You didn't see that limb? Whoo!
Well, folks, as you can see in this show, we went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. But if you're ever out hunting, things like this are just going to happen. We're not all perfect, and we just want to show you that we make mistakes too, just like everybody else does. It happens. It's all part of hunting, folks.
Well, folks, we sure hope you enjoyed our hunts this week. Tune in with us next week, because you just never know what we might have in store. Outdoor Vigilantes, brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Alps Outdoors, Oak Grove Archery, Final Step Cover Scents, like you were never there, Big Piney Taxidermy, bringing your trophy back to life, Bricks Seamless Guttering, Miller Glass of Rolla,
Elite Archery, the world's most shootable bows, Bean Creek Outdoor Products, Blue Springs Ranch, Legacy Wildlife Products, what will your legacy be? Yokelman Sons, dump trucking and excavating, Nick's Gun and Pond,